Hey friends, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play Pretty Fly on guitar by the Offspring. This is an awesome song for beginners to intermediate players to practice power chords and being able to move them really quickly around the neck. Now I'll start by showing you the chords in the song, so if you know these chords you can jump ahead to this time. Don't forget, if you like this lesson, to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Songs and lessons uploaded weekly. If you're having any problems with this song, leave a comment and let me know how you go with this one. So let's get into it. Let's start with the chords. So we're going to have two B5 power chords. So we're going to have one on the 2nd fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D and the G, and that's our B5. And we're going to also come up here, 7th fret on the E string, 9th fret on the A and the D, and that's also our B5. We have an F sharp 5 or an F sharp power chord, so on our E string 2nd fret, on the A string and the D string 4th fret. We also have a high one there coming up to the 9th fret on the A string, the 11th fret on the D and the G, and that's our F sharp 5 up there. We have an A5 or an A power chord, open A string, 2nd fret on the D and the G. We also have the A power chord on the E string, so 5th fret on the E string, 7th fret on the A and the D. We have a high E power chord, so we have the 7th fret on the A string, the 9th fret on the D and the G. And we have a low E, so open E string, 2nd fret on the A and the D. We have a D5 power chord. We have the 5th fret, this time on the A string, 7th fret on the D and the G. And we have a high F5 power chord, or F power chord there. So this time we're coming up to the 8th fret on the A and the 10th fret on the D and the G. And they're all the chords we're going to use in this song, so let's get into it. So we're going to start on our B power chord, so 2nd fret on the A string, do that 2 times. And then go to our F sharp power chord and do that once, so 2nd fret on the E string. Our A power chord, open A string once. Back to the B power chord 2 times. Now the 3rd time we're going to play it and slide up to the E power chord, so slide up to the 7th fret. And then come back to the D power chord, 5th fret on your A string. And we do that 3 times. Let me play that slowly for you. And that through 3 times, and then to finish that off we're going to play the B power chord again, 2nd fret on the A string 2 times, back to the F sharp power chord, 2nd fret on the E string, A power chord, and finish on the B power chord. So it's just half of that first bit, so we do the first bit 3 times and then we finish with that. So it's not too hard, so let's try that up to speed now. And that's our intro riff, and we're going to use that later in the song as well. So now let's move on to the verse. This is pretty easy. So we're going to just use this B chord the whole way through, but we're just playing the E, B and G string. So we've got the 7th fret on the E, 7th fret on the B, and we're going to play the 8th fret on the G, and we're just going to do upstrokes there. So and it does that 14 times there, so that's pretty easy. We just do groups of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, do that 3 times, and again, and then just finish off with another 2, and then we're coming into the chorus after that. And that's our verse. We're just playing that one chord all the way through. We're just playing the bottom part of a B bar chord there. So if you want to, you can just hold the whole bar chord, or you can just play 7th fret on the E and B, 8th fret on the G. So now let's have a look at the chorus. So we're going to start on our B power chord, so the 7th fret on the E string, do that 2 times. Then we're going to play the F power chord, so 8th fret on the A string, and slide up 1 fret. And do that again. And we do that 2 times. So. And then from there we go back to the D power chord, 5th fret on the A string 2 times. Our A power chord, 5th fret on the E string once. Back to our D power chord once. Then we come up to our E power chord, so 9th fret, we do that 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to our D, 5th fret once. And our A on the 5th fret E string once. So let me play that first part of the chorus for you slowly. And then we do that first part again, the B with our slides up. And again. Now this bit changes, we're going to play the D power chord 2 times. The A power chord once, back to the D. Now this is where it's going to move quite fast here. We're going to play the D, the E 2 times, back to the D, to the E, go up to the F, so the 8th fret, back to the 7th fret on the A string, and then back to the 5th fret on the A string, so back to our D power chord. So let me play that second part for you. That's a little bit more confusing, starting with our slides there. So. And then from there we go back to our first part again and do that 2 times on the B and our slide up. Just do the first one again, the D 2 times, our A, our D, our E 4 times, back to our D, A. Now to finish that off, we're going to come up on the D string, play the 5th fret, on the G string the 7th fret, and the B string the 8th fret, do that 2 times. Then go back to the D power chord, so 7th fret on the A string, 5th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the D and the G, play that once. Go back to our chord we just played. Then go to our A power chord, 5th fret on the E string, do that 2 times. Our E power chord, so open E string, 2nd fret on the D, A and D. Back to our A power chord. And then to finish that off, we're going to come back up to this B power chord, play that 2 times. Up to the 9th fret, so our F sharp, play that once on the A string. Go back a fret, go back a fret. Play the B again on the E string. Play the D on the A string, 5th fret. Come back up to the E, 7th fret. And then back on the B, 5 power chord, 7th fret on the E string. And that's the end of the chorus. Let me play that last little part slowly for you. And that's our whole chorus there, so let's try that up to speed now. This is a bit tricky because we're moving our power chords quite fast. Let's give that a go. That's our chorus there, so quite a lot going on. Just take your time, build your speed up on that. And then from there we just go back to the intro, we play that exactly the same, back to the verse, which we do exactly the same, and then back to the chorus again and we do that exactly the same. And then after that we go into our bridge, so let's have a look at that now. This is really easy. So for our bridge we have the first 4 bars which we don't play anything, and then you just play our B power chord, so 7th fret on the E string, 9th fret on the A and the D, we play that once and stop. And then just play A and come up to B. So do that again. and we're stopping each time on the B, and then the last one we don't stop. And that's our bridge, so that's really easy, that's. And then you can put a slide in there, which he does. And then from there we go back to our intro. Now this just changes a little bit. We have the same start, B 2 times, F sharp, A, B 2 times, play it again and slide up to the E, and then back to the D. So we do that 3 times, and that's the same as our intro. Now the last one through we just play the B and stop, and then we play the last part of it. Play the B again, B, slide up to the E, and then back to the D. So let me play that through. It's nearly the same as our intro, we've just got the stop in there. And that's a piece right after the bridge, and then from there we go straight back to the chorus, and we do that exactly the same. Now the end part of the chorus is going to be a little bit different when we go to our G chord here. So when we're coming up, we still have our 5 on the D, 7 on the G, 8 on the B. Do that 2 times, back to our D once, back to our G, and then go to your A. So it's all exactly the same, 2 times, E, back to A, but this time we do that through 3 times, and then we finish the same as we did with our other chorus. So B 2 times, F sharp, F, E, B, D, E, and back to B. So it's exactly the same. We've done that part before. So let me play that outro now for you, starting on the G chord. And that's all the parts of the song there. Nothing too hard, it's just getting some of those power chords, moving them fast there. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.